this East Kilbride News video diary. We're following East Kilbride on their promotion journey, and the SPFL playoffs are here. It's Cove Rangers who are the visitors today. The Highland League champions take on the Lowland League champions in the first leg of the SPFL playoff semi-finals. East Kilbride may have been crowned champions, but the quest for promotion is only just beginning. In the Lowland and Highland Leagues, neither title winner earns automatic promotion, and they must now face each other for the right to play the bottom team in League 2 in next month's final. Berwick Rangers await the winners, but for now EK's focus will be on getting past Cove Rangers as they bid to play host to SPFL football next season. Ahead of the team's arrival, we got a look behind the scenes at the home of the Lowland League champions. So here we are at Cave Park. Let's take a quick look inside. And by quick, I mean quick. It's quite a small stadium. But there's a nice big trophy cabinet here for East Kilbride, and as you can see, front and centre is the Lowland League trophy, which they picked up a couple of weeks ago. And there's mementos on the wall from their famous Scottish Cup clash with Celtic in 2016. And through here is the changing rooms. Down here we've got the referee's room. Hopefully Stuart Malcolm won't have to go in there to make any complaints today. Through here the players will come through to the away dressing room and home dressing room. Cove will be in here today, and down here is the home dressing room, which is already prepared for today's big match. And East Kilbride will be in here. Have a look inside. Shots are all ready and waiting for the players. Not long to go now, and if we come out here, the walk that awaits the players. Nice bright day at the moment, and they'll walk down here on to the pitch. Artificial surface here at Cave Park. And it's out there where the biggest game of the season so far will take place. Cove Rangers arrived in town confident of picking up a result, but they travelled without their manager John Sherin, who stayed at home after suffering a heart attack on Easter Sunday. He will play no part in the playoff games, and it was left to co-manager Graham Matheson to take the team. The Aberdeenshire outfit have been a formidable force in the Highland League this season, losing just once on their way to the title and conceding 12 goals in 34 games. So East Kilbride knew they'd be in for a very tough game indeed. Before kick-off, I spoke to EK's club secretary Dave McKenna for his thoughts on the task facing Kilby. Well, Dave, we're here again, back in the playoffs. East Kilbride going for promotion. It's a massive day today, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We couldn't be happier to have gone through the season as we did. Obviously a very strong opponent today here, Cove. Welcome all their players, officials, supporters. Particular work to John Sheeran, the manager, who I believe is recovering from his heart attack. So best of luck to you, John.
In terms of John, I mean, how much of an impact do you think that'll have on the game?
It's a hard one. In a funny sort of way, I guess a team might get a bit of a lift. We obviously want to do the job for the manager, maybe in a bit more so. On the other hand, you wouldn't want not to be with your leader on a day, so maybe balance out a bit.
In terms of the match itself, how do you see it going today?
I think it'll be a good match. I'm looking forward to a game where both teams try and play some football, which is what we've gathered how Cove play, and that's how we try to play. So it'll be an entertaining match. Obviously we'd like to take a goal or two up there, make it something that we can defend next week, but the main thing for us is to perform well. I think if we perform well, we should do okay.
Plenty of Cove supporters made the trip down from Aberdeen, and the fans I spoke to were expecting a close contest between two sides who have become so used to winning this season. So we've got Archie and Michael here who are Cove Rangers fans, and I'm just looking to get the thoughts on the game today. Guys, massive game for you. How do you see it going?
I think Cove will win. I think as long as we're in the tie by the end of the 90 minutes, even if we lose 2-1, as long as there's only one goal in it, we take them home. And I fancy this, but I've heard good reports about this team. I've heard they're really good, so I take nothing for granted.
Yeah, just important that you take a good result back up the road with you.
Yeah, as long as we're still in the tie, one goal. I don't mean any worse than one goal. Obviously, if we were to win, it'd be tremendous. But I didn't take a 2-1 defeat, to be honest with you.
Obviously, two sides who've dominated their leagues this season as well, so you expect it to be a pretty tight contest.
Yeah, it will be a tight contest. Yeah, well, both teams are obviously not used to losing. So if someone goes 1 down or two down, what they're going to be like, we don't know.
And obviously some sad news this week about John Shearing. How much of an impact do you think that'll have on the team?
I think it'll have a big impact, He's obviously been great for us over the years. Obviously all supporters wish him all the best, And I think he's on the road to recovery, but we obviously will miss him.
In times like half time when his kind of team talks could prove vital.
If you do go behind him, have to make tactical substitutions. He's not there, so we will miss him, yeah.
So with the fans ready for action, the stage was set for this clash of champions. Before the game kicked off, everyone at K Park observed a minute's applause in memory of legendary Celtic captain and Lisbon Lion Billy McNeill, who sadly passed away last week. East Kilbride fielded the same side that beat Kelty Hearts 3-0 the previous week, with skipper Craig Malcolm leading the line. There was no shortage of experience on the EK bench either, with Winter, Humphrey and Longworth all strong attacking options. Cove were able to field their strongest side with 46-goal striker Mitch Megginson fronting their attack. It was Cove who got the game underway, and the visitors got off to a dream start when Harry Milne headed home the opener after just 3 minutes. Kilby were under the cosh in the first half, and keeper Willie Muir came to the rescue on a number of occasions. However, they fell 2-0 behind when Scott Ross's header found the net after 35 minutes. Stuart Malcolm's side improved in the second half, but they still struggled to break down their opponents. But just as it looked like Kilby would finish the game empty-handed, up popped substitute Jamie Longworth to fire home a crucial goal that gives Kilby hope for the second leg.
93rd minute goal certainly threw you a bit of a chance.
Keeps us in the tie, yeah. I don't think we've probably been as poor as that all season, to be honest. We didn't really get going, certainly the first half. Lose 2 goals for 2 set pieces, and again over the course of the season it's not really been something that we've done. We're chasing the game to try, we're in the game to try and get a goal back in the second half, and probably once lucky, the 1-on-1 with Willie makes a great save at 3-0. You probably think it's going to be a real uphill struggle at that particular time. Makes a great save, and then we were better the second half and moved the ball a little bit better without being, marginally better, to be honest. But then we Jamie Longworth comes on, gives us a little impetus, gives us a real bit of quality in terms of that final third, and he was the one that kind of really salvages to keep the tie alive, really, to keep it 2-1. So in that respect, positive, but we have to be so much better next week, even though. And credit to Cove, they come down and they're a big physical side, and they're good at what they do. So it's never going to be easy.
Did they catch you a wee bit cold that 3rd minute header at the opening goal?
Our player turns around to pass it back to the goal and kicks out for a corner. The second corner kick, we have a chance in the sideline to clear it up the park or out for a throw-in, and then we get nicked with it and ends up a corner kick. So we've got to look at ourselves as well. Great deliveries for the corner kicks, but we've got to defend them better. As a centre half myself, we've got to defend the corner kicks better.
But you're still in the tie?
Still in the tie, absolutely, still in the tie. And we'll work hard this week and try and kind of rectify the problems that we've seen today, and obviously try and be better for next week, because that's one thing that I think everybody in our changing room will agree that we're better the second half, but we have to have a lot more quality.
That was you looked to be in control. excellent performance, but it must be frustrating to have lost that right at the end of that goal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it looked like it was the 93rd minute, I think it went in. So when we've worked as hard as we have, we're a wee bit disappointed. But I think to play against a side as good as they are and to take them now back to home, being up 2-1, I think we're pretty happy with ourselves today, yeah.
And obviously scoring from 2 corners, it looked as though you were going to score every time you got a corner. Daniel Part's deliveries were excellent.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of all the homework we did. We thought we had a chance at set pieces, and we worked on a few things at training, and it really paid off today for us. Yeah, you're probably right. I thought the first 5 corners we got, I think it looked like we could score from every one of them. So.
And you also did a really good job on putting them under pressure when they were in possession, didn't you? That seemed to be key today.
We noticed they really like to play from the back. Their full-backs like to take it. Centre halves are comfortable taking it. So we just focused on keeping a good shape, shutting them into the half of the pitch and just squeezing them and trying to force them to play along, because they're a good football side. So we try to force them to play along as much as they could, and for us to win a ball and try and counter on them. So, yeah.
And what was your message to the players there when you sat them down going into the next leg?
It's only half time. We're up 2-1 at half time, so it's still a mammoth shift next week again, on a similar sort of surface. So I've just told them all, rest, look after yourself for the rest of the week. We'll get a light session in on Monday, and then we'll go back into working on stuff again later on in the week.
And I guess, sorry, just finally I was going to say that we now know that Berwick, the team that the winners will obviously be playing, but I guess that's not something you would be thinking too much about.
We've never even spoke about the next set of fixtures, so our focus is now mainly on our home tie against Kilbride next week.
Obviously, with everything that happened with John last week, how motivated were the players today by that? And I mean, the start that you made, you came out the traps flying.
I actually, it made my team talk easy, because all the players were saying we want to do this for John, we want to get through, and if ever there was an extra motivation, that was it. And I'm sure if John was here watching today, he'd be absolutely delighted.
Well, Jamie, I mean, that goal could prove vital in this tie, couldn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think going up there, obviously 2-0 down would have been difficult, so to get the goal back, just give them a wee chance again. So being at 2-0 maybe the tie's not over, but certainly puts a better spin on it, get into the next game. So I'm pleased to get that, and we'll train well this weekend, and yeah, we'll go up on Saturday and hopefully turn it around.
Not at your best today. What do you think went wrong in terms of the start? I don't know.
Obviously, 2 set pieces is difficult. You know, they scored at good times quite early on, and not long before half time. You know, they pressed us quite high up as well. We didn't let Homer and Anton and Oni kind of dictate the play. You know, they've been excellent in the last few weeks. So maybe that, and I thought Malky was maybe a wee bit isolated at times as well, but. They're a good side, you know. They've obviously over 100 goals they've scored. They've hardly conceded any, so it was never going to be an easy tie anyway. And yeah, I think we took a bit of time to get going, but hopefully we're going up there with, you know, a wee bit behind us now after the goal, and yeah, we'll take it from there, and as I say, hopefully turn it around.
Your gaffer said that it's probably the worst you've played all season. Would you go along with that?
Don't want to go against the gaffer, do you? I mean, it wasn't the best performance, shall we say, but you know, these kind of games, maybe it's not about playing amazingly well, and it's just kind of you know, getting over the line, I suppose, this time of the season. So, and I would have took the worst performance of the season, a 2-1 win, but yeah, you know, we'll go up there again, and it's going to be another tough game, but you know, hopefully we can turn it around.
I suppose one of the things you did get right was persistence, that you just didn't give in. That goal was obviously crucial, and you take some credit for that, I suppose, just keeping going.
I think the second half, I mean, naturally they're 2-0 up, they're maybe going to sit in a wee bit, and we did have a wee bit more pressure on them, so perhaps towards the end it was maybe more looking that we might nick a wee goal and kind of get back in the tie. So from that point of view, I think, you know, we kept going and we kept plugging away. We maybe turned the ball in a wee bit longer at times, but overall we kept our passing game, and you know, the ball kind of fell nicely to me, and I think I've done quite well to get the shot away, but I think it's down, as you say, the boys just keep going right to the end and not giving up.
Yeah, and obviously you go up there with hope and believing that you can turn it around.
You've got to, haven't you? That's it. Yeah, I mean we're behind the tie with not really getting to lose, I suppose, next week now. Being behind, so we'll go up there and give it everything. And fingers crossed it's us at the end who are celebrating and going through the next round. But yeah, we need to be switched on from the word go and be firing all cylinders together.
East Kilbride face an uphill battle at the Balmoral Stadium next week, and we'll be there to see if they can keep their promotion dream alive.